Hey everybody, how you doing? I just want to say thanks. Thanks for all the prayers and the thoughts and the emails. I'm hanging in there, doing pretty good. Was in just wanted to share a little story with you for this Advent. I got the Advent candle, and just wanted to let you know that we're praying for you and thinking about you. And COVID's tough, pandemic is tough, and but you know what? We're strong. We're strong. We're people of faith. So I had an experience in the hospital when I was battling COVID, and I wanted to share that with you. And I hope I can get through it. Might cough a little bit. So as you most of you know, I was in the hospital for 5 days with COVID a couple of weeks ago, and the problem was my family got exposed to it, and my wife was exposed, and then I was exposed, my daughter was exposed, and we all came down with it. And we just started out with kind of normal symptoms, but then unfortunately it hit me pretty hard because I ended up with pneumonia, and that's what I'm kind of dealing with right now. That's where my breathing stuff was coming in. But when I got pneumonia, which was a couple of weeks ago, it was pretty bad. So we went to the hospital at Millard Fillmore, and they were absolutely wonderful. It was tough. I struggled to breathe, struggled to be able to move. Pretty much didn't. Excuse me. It's kind of hard to. It's hard to move my body around and stuff without losing breath. But after 3 days, I started to really. I got. You get a little despondent. You're like, I'm not in control of my body. I'm isolated. I can't have any visitors, And so I actually remembered, I started to think, okay, well, what can I do? And I remembered the teaching that I gave this summer. And I talked about body, mind, and spirit. And I said that God gives us 2 great commandments. And in the 2 great commandments he gives us, the first one says, love God with all your heart, mind, and soul. And to me, that's body, mind, and spirit, right? And what's important is for us, in order to love God and to love others, we need to have those 3 things in the right order. So when we have the spirit first, the spirit feeds the body, and the spirit feeds the mind. And I started to think about that. And I started to think about how important it is right at this moment, having COVID and pneumonia, that I need to focus myself on the spirit, on the soul that God has given me. And as soon as I did that, it was pretty wild, because there was this light off into the hallway. And it just made me think, and this is my mathematics brain, this is how my mathematics brain thinks. I started to think, okay, well, here's this light, right? Think about the energy that is needed to get that light going. Think about all the candles in the entire world. Think about all the billions of stars in the entire universe that exist right now that are shining light. And I'm just like, think about that. Think about that energy. The energy that it takes to have billions of candles, billions of stars. And then I worked it back to the beginning, of course, the universe, right? And I'm thinking, well, energy can't be created or eliminated. So I'm like, at the moment of the Big Bang, God created, willed, thought. What immense power he must have to be able to bring all of that energy, all of the light, all of the energy and light at the time of the moment of the Big Bang has to be the exact same that it is right now. So that across the world, we have candles that light up the world. Across the galaxies, we have billions of stars that light up the world. Think of the power the power that God must have to be able to put all that energy and light into the universe. And why do that? He does it for us. God does it because God is love. And the light that he gives us is his own light. And that light is of his love. So I'm thinking about this, right? Thinking about the immense power and love that God has given me. And then I started to think, John chapter 1, the beginning of the Gospel of John, the light, Jesus Christ, right, came into the world, and the darkness has not overcome it. That's what St. John says in his Gospel. The light came into the world, and the darkness has not overcome it. And I started to think about that, and I started to think, no matter what's going to happen to me, no matter what happens with COVID, the darkness will not overcome me, because I have the light of Christ within me. As much as I can't control my breathing, as much as I am struggling, as isolated as I feel, within me is the light of Christ. And that was so powerful that it just sort of calmed my whole being. My body and mind started to just relax. And all I focused on was the light of Christ that was in me. And I remembered my baptism, and I knew I had a baptismal candle that was lit from the Easter candle. And from my baptism, from that moment, I was part of the light of Christ that shines out in the world. And so what was kind of cool is, like, the next day, day 4 and day 5, I start feeling better. And so I start to think to myself, well, how can I be the light? How can I show that light a little bit more? Be a little bit more bright. So, I tried to be a little bit more nice to the guy who was with me. I had a partner. We were both COVID isolated. But I said to myself, I'm going to be very kind to all of the nurses and the doctors, and communicate them with very straightforward. And it was really, they were great. And I really tried to be very much present to them, ask them about their families, just be that light to them, to know in their 8, 12-hour shifts how much they struggled, because I knew there were other people in there who were even worse off than I was. And it was kind of cool. Like the very last day, the doctor comes in and he says, what do you think, John? Do you think you're ready to go home? You think you can manage? I said, yeah, as long as there's nothing you need to give me. If treatment's all done, I can manage at home. He goes, all right, I think we'll send you home then. I'll be good. And then, then he left, and I looked up over the nurse, and I said to her, I said, I think it's important too, that I kind of move on and make some room for other people, because I know there's going to be other people who are sick and need the care that you guys give them. And then she just kind of grabbed my foot and says, yeah, but you're one of the nice ones. You're one of the good ones. We don't want to lose you. And she kind of, she looked in, and I just kind of smiled, and she said, hey, you take care of yourself, and thank you. And and I said, thank you right back. And, it was a little exchange, and like I said, she kind of grabbed my foot, and it was just an affirmation, right? That we need sometimes, I think, to realize how powerful that light is within us, how much that light can shine, especially in the darkness when things are tough. And I know you're going through some tough times right now yourselves. COVID is really kind of, we're struggling with finances, some of us. Many of us, all you guys are struggling with remote learning, hopefully trying to get the kids back in with orange zones and yellow zones and everything like that. What are we going to do for the holidays? Are we going to be able to see our families and stuff like that? Can we keep it going? That light that shines within you is so powerful, because remember where it comes from. It comes from the God of the universe, the God of power, the God of love, who brought that light in. And as St. John says, The light came into the world, and the darkness has not overcome it. It will never overcome it, ever, no matter what. So I hope you enjoy the what's it called? The Sparkle Box and all the things that we got for you guys. We're really excited about getting Advent started. Thanks for your patience and helping and waiting for us to get started here. But I'll keep my Advent candles going for you all. We'll be praying for you. Take care. God bless. See you guys later.